Hello friends, welcome back to Pokemon Crystal, the worst final evolutions. So, last time we finished up at the Sprout Tower, finished all the trainers that were in there, and began tackling the Violet City Gym, where we defeated all of the trainers that were in the gym, but now we have to deal with Falkner, the gym leader. And this is going to be interesting because I don't know how well I'm going to do. I might have to take a few moments to train off screen just to get my levels up. But I'm gonna go in as is and kind of scout and see how I do. Do I have any? Oh, I'm virtually strapped for cash, so I don't care if I lose 50 times. Anyways, I'm Falkner, the Violet Pokemon Gym Leader. People say you can clip flying-type Pokemon's wings with a jolt of electricity. I won't allow such insults to bird Pokemon. I'll show you the real power of the magnificent bird Pokemon. Okay, well, it's birds versus bugs. How's this gonna turn out? I have no idea, but I'm probably going to lose. Alright. Thankfully, he only has a Pidgey and a Pidgeotto, so not the hardest things to deal with, but I'm dealing with a mid-stage evolution Pokemon. So, power level is gonna be something difficult to deal with. And now that I think about it, Pidgey being at level 7 means it doesn't know Gust. It only would know Tackle. Okay, so that's good to know. It's just Tackle and Sand Attack and maybe Mud Slap. Wow, what is this? Am I just getting lucky or come on, 3? 3 in a row. What's going on here? Weber, are you learning the arts of the ninja? Ah, I couldn't get 4 in a row. But wow. Go Weber. You can take down a Pidgey. And gets to level 10 as a result. Alright, well, Pidgey was just a warm-up. This is the real challenge. Pidgeotto. So I have to deal with Gust, I have to deal with Mud Slap, I have to deal with a lot of things. Okay, and it will go for Gust. So unless I can live a Gust somehow, which, nope. I might be in trouble here. So I have one hope, and that's live this, which, knowing the bulk of Ray, I could live 1, and get a Supersonic off. Okay, so Pidgeotto's confused. If I get lucky, then I can hurt it enough that maybe Effie can take it out. But probably not. Oh boy. I believe in you, Effie. Please be confused. Hey, there's a hit. Now how well will a hidden power do on this Pidgeotto? Only as good as the confusion hit. Come on, get confused again. Nope. So how well is this gonna do? Ooh, only 7 damage. Okay, that's good to know. Pidgeotto can't hurt Effie very much. Okay, no confusion. That was 7. Ooh, that's 8. I don't know. Okay, if the math's right in my head, Pidgeotto will Gust twice, dealing 7 damage on a low roll. And I can live this. Let's see if my math was right. I don't think my math was right. Critical hit, come on. I can get out of this. Oh my! Yes! Effie for the win! I never thought I'd be so ecstatic for an unknown, but go Effie! Your cherished bird Pokemon just got defeated. I will admit, that was close, but that was awesome. We received the Zephyr Badge. Go team! So Zephyr Badge raises the attack power of Pokemon and also enables the use of Flash if I want to. And I also get Mud Slap for my trouble. Now, Falkner didn't have any of his birds use Mud Slap, but it's a low-power ground move that always lowers the accuracy of the opposing Pokemon if it hits. So it is a very good utility move. I don't know if any of my Pokemon can learn it, even right now. I'll take a look. Let's see how this Food Up contains Mud Slap. Okay, none of them can learn it. I don't know about the other potential members of my team yet, but we'll cross that bridge when we get there. But I'm crossing this bridge now. I beat Falkner on the first try, no less. Okay, Professor Elm also gives you a call once you beat Falkner. Hello, Storm. We discovered something about the egg. My assistant is at the Pokemon Center in Violet City. Could you talk to him? Okay, so how this works is the assistant is now standing in the Pokemon Center, and you have to accept the egg from him, and then you're allowed to continue progressing further. You are actually blockaded from progressing until you pick up this egg. So he's asked us to pick up the egg, and we just walk around with it in our party until it hatches, and then there is a little side quest where you can bring the egg back to Professor Elm once it's hatched, and he'll give you an Everstone. I don't necessarily need the Everstone. If for some reason I feel like I want to get it, then sure. But really, I don't need to hatch the egg, because what comes out of the egg here isn't going to be a part of the team. So I am going to heal my team up right now whilst I'm thinking of it, because go team! That was perfect. Okay, so heal up everyone for a job well done. And I'm just going to deposit the egg. I mean, I could hatch it if I want to, but I may save that for another thing later. And there is a may to that. I don't have to. I'll explain more of it once we get to that point in the game, which won't be for a little while yet. But now that we've taken care of that and we've beaten Falkner, I can now continue progressing in the game, and I'm quite happy for that. Okay, so everyone's at level 10. Everyone's doing pretty good. I'll let Ray take some time in the front. I'm gonna buy a few more potions just in case. No, actually, I'm gonna buy them as Pokeballs instead. The next member of our team is on the route that I'm going to, but once again, there's a lot of work involved in trying to find it. I'll explain more of that once we get further into the route, because I won't be able to even attempt it until about halfway down, and I don't know about what trainers I'll find. Okay, so yeah, that guy there is the one who would block you from getting onto this route until you've beaten Falkner and received the egg. But funnily enough, if you re-talk to him here, he's like, hey, you did really good in training, so I'm going to give you this item, which is a Miracle Seed. So that is a hold item you can give to your Pokemon, and it will increase the power of their Grass-type moves. I don't think I'm going to have any Grass-type moves on my guys for a while yet, if any, so I will not have a use for it. I mean, good to have. Okay, well, beat Falkner, so let's beat this random trainer here. So you think you're pretty tough? Well, considering that I just beat Falkner, I consider myself both strong and lucky. Let's see how I do against youngster Albert. Regular old Rattata, still in the lower levels, but if there's one thing I know about Rattata, it packs a punch. Or it packs a bite, more like. Okay, Tail Whip. It's a good thing that besides special defense, the Lettyball line is known for having decent speed, so at least I can outrun a few things. Just being able to control the pace of a fight is a very important thing to do. So, and the way I usually play, and I think I talked about this prior, is I always like to use fast Pokemon, so like they're able to determine the pace of the fight by going first. That's how I usually play. I don't tend to use slow Pokemon unless I can get either a really good punch from their offenses or they support the team in the right way. So, well, who's going to hit their Supersonics first? And goes to Ray. Yeah, what I was saying before, if I'm using a slow Pokemon, it's either they hit hard or they support well. But if I'm just playing how I normally do, I like to use fast Pokemon. And funnily enough, a majority of the Pokemon that I've got here are at least middle of the road speed. I think the Ariados line is a little slow, so it's going to be interesting to adapt to using these slower Pokemon. And if I stick true to what I'm using as my team of 6, other than maybe one use of Ledion, because that would have been when I was much younger, I don't think I've used any of these 6 Pokemon on my team, like in any run through of Generation 2 that I've ever done. Excuse me, my goodness. That was a... Oh, that's right, I was still tail whipped. Okay, so that explains it. Oops. Yeah, how's this gonna go? Yeah, dealing with poison-type Pokemon is going to be very difficult for my team. Although, if it only heals 1 HP, then maybe I'll get a little lucky. Okay, maybe I can outdamage it. This is gonna be a little slow, though. Yeah, one thing with the confusion status. If you hit yourself in confusion, it's as if you're hurting yourself by getting hit by an attack that is, I think it's like getting hit with a base 40 attack using your attack stat and your defense stat. So I got hit real hard there, much to my surprise, by having Lediapa's defense being lowered by the Rattata. So my defenses were really low, my offenses were, well, it's still about the same, and that meant I was going to take a really strong hit from getting confused. So, because Weber isn't, or Weber does not have any defense drops, I'd just be getting hit for like a middle amount of damage. This is going to come down to Effie again. This is what I was afraid of. Trying to deal with poison types is going to be real difficult for this team. Oh well. Anyways, we're going to have Effie finish the fight here. Oh, and Zubat's faster than Effie. This is not good. Yeah, heals a little bit, and now I have to hurt it with a poison type hidden power. Okay, I can dent it enough. But is that outdamaging the leech life? I couldn't tell. Okay, that was a low roll, so I might get a little lucky here. Please? Okay, I think I can outdamage the leech life. Oh, speed tie. Okay, that's good to know. So managed to beat the Zubat. Man, my team managed to take down the gym leader, and yet nearly gets destroyed by a Zubat. Oh, that's just funny. Well, again, I don't have any revives, and I don't think I've got easy access to anything else, so I'm gonna have to run back to a Pokemon Center. And conveniently enough, once again, Poison-type hidden power, Grass-type Pokemon, super effective. There's nothing more satisfying than seeing a health bar go all the way down in just one hit. Man, Effie is doing wonders right now. And even level 11. What do we got? Okay, statistically it's doing alright. I mean, I can't expect the best things from this unknown. I know how its stats are going to turn out. And it's a shame that the best stats are going to be its lowest. So, it's going to be a bit of a struggle. There is a hold item that you can get later in the game called the Experience Share. And my plan, I think, is going to be just to put that Experience Share on Unknown. And just have it get experience. Because trying to work a battle strategy around only having one move of low power, it's going to be difficult. Like, I have to rely on the other members that I'm going to have. And Unknown will not be doing too much. It's just going to be a long and winding road to the end of the game. But that is where the fun of the game comes in, I guess. Like, it's fun to just play a good old game of Pokemon. Anyways, let's see. I'll try to take out some of these wild Pokemon as I can. Just getting that little bit extra experience is all I need right now. I can easily use potions, or there is a Pokemon Center just before the end of this route, and I will be visiting that. Just getting a little bit of experience is perfect right now. Okay. I'm going to skip that trainer there. If I remember correctly, she has Nidorans on her, which are poison Pokemon. And I can't accurately deal with poison-type Pokemon right now, so ooh, that was close. So I'm going to head over here and find another wild Pokemon. What do we find? Hoppip. Oh, good enough level. And if I remember correctly, Hoppip doesn't get... I think it only has Splash and Synthesis, so I don't think it can hurt me. I could be wrong. It might have Tackle right now as well. Well, there's Splash, so I'm okay with that. So we're gonna try to keep getting some experience here. Oh, good hit. Oh, that was fast. Okay, but as long as Hoppip keeps using Splash, then my guys can safely knock the Hoppip out. Okay, it's Splash, Synthesis, and Tail Whip I think it gets, and then Tackle at level 10. Ooh, nice hit. Alright, a little more experience. I like that. Okay, so what we're gonna do here. There's a fisherman down there, and I may mention on the second episode when I fought youngster Joey. In this game, you can get phone numbers from certain trainers, and sometimes they'll call you up just to chat. Sometimes they'll call you up to request a rematch. Sometimes they'll call you up to say, "Hey, I've got something for you. If you want to come swing by, I'll give it to you." And then there's a type of trainer in the game that call you up to let you know that certain Pokemon are swarming. And what they mean by that is that particular Pokemon that they call you up and say, "Hey, this Pokemon here is real common in the area right now. You might want to come down and have a look." They also help you find incredibly rare Pokemon. So one of the Pokemon I'm hunting for right now is available in this part of the game as a swarm. What makes it special, though, is if you were to come back here much later in the game with the Super Rod, I could fish up the Pokemon with somewhat consistent results. But if the Pokemon is swarming, then even with the worst fishing rod, I would be able to find it. And I don't want to go through the whole game with something that is just being used to help me get through it, and then come back and find that member, especially because it would be much later in the game, when I have a chance of getting it right now. But that will require a little bit of work, because I don't know if the Pokemon that I'm going to be looking for will swarm right away, or if it will swarm days from now even. But that's why I want to get this guy's phone number, because if he calls me up and says, "Hey, there's a swarm of this Pokemon here, you should come down here," then I'll know, hey, let's get down here, and I'm going to try to fish up this Pokemon. And this Pokemon would be around the level that I've been looking for. So I want to try to get it right now, and that just means it's another member of the team for numbers. Okay, so he'll phone me up and say, "Hey, if I find rare Pokemon, I'll call you up." So... Oh! Ooh, that's right. Effie is a little weakened right now. So, I'm gonna have to hope that my team can handle a Wooper. Ooh, a level 10 Wooper, no less. I believe in you, Effie. Damage the Wooper as much as you can. Which is to say, not very much. Come on, Effie. Okay. Oh, critical hit. Seems to be, Effie's doing pretty well there. Oh man, this Wooper's giving me a chance. It's making it easier for the other guys to handle it. Oh, wow. Oh, there we go. Just delaying the inevitable. Alright, so I can bring Weber in and attempt to poison, or Ray in an attempt to confuse. Since it'll probably help me more in the long run, I'm going to let Weber come in here and try to do what he can. Oh. Come on. Poison. Clever. Aim better. Okay, at least water gun doesn't do too much. Man, critical hits aplenty today. I'm liking that. Because this team needs as much power as it can get. Alright, more poison sting. There we go. Now it'll only be a matter of time. Provided I keep Weber alive. You know what? I think Poison Sting plus Poison, I think that'll knock the Wooper out. Just it has to survive. There we go. Poison should hurt it enough, and down goes the Wooper. Good amount of experience there. Youngster Gordon. Darn, he thought he could win. Okay, well things are looking up here. Okay, and then there's this guy here. How would you like to have this tasty, nutritious Slowpoke tail? For you right now, it's just 1 million Poké Dollars. No. You don't want it? Then scram! Shoo! Okay, so yeah, that little bit here, that's a small plot that's coming up in the next town. More on that when we get there. But here we have a weekday sibling, if you remember my conversation from the last episode. So it's Frida, the Friday weekday sibling. So Frida of Friday. Nice to meet you. Here's a Poison Barb. So just like the Miracle Seed, the Poison Barb will increase the power of poison moves if the Pokemon is holding that item. Which, if you notice, there's a lot of poison going around my team. So for right now, I'm going to give this Poison Barb to Weber to help power up that Poison Sting a little bit. I think Effie's hidden power is a little stronger. So, heal up here, because thank goodness. And there we go. Alright, Pokemon are fully healed. Hope to see you again. So this fisherman here, he'll give you the old rod, so you can start fishing. Now, if I remember correctly, I think the only things you can fish up are Magikarp and Tentacool, I think, with the old rod, so very, very low variety, even though the two Pokemon that you can fish up do evolve into good Pokemon. But, as I was saying before, if I manage to get a swarm of the Pokemon that I'm looking for, I will be able to fish even that Pokemon up with the old rod, hopefully. So I'm going to do a neat thing that they finally did in this game, and you can hotkey key items to the select button. So I could go anywhere I want, and if I just feel it was like, hey, let's just drop the line and see if we can fish, I can just drop the line right here, right now. Not even have to go in the menu. So a great quality of life thing they did from the previous game. Wouldn't it be funny? Nope, just the Magikarp. Look, Magikarp attack. Well, good level, but doesn't really give much in the way of experience. But thankfully, Magikarp can't actually hurt us, so we'll just go with this. How much damage do I do? Okay, well that's not terrible. Well, I guess while I'm beating up this Magikarp here, I'll kind of explain what the next process that I'm going to be doing. So, the one thing that sucks about trying to get a particular swarm is I have to wait for that swarm to actually be a thing. And who knows how long that will take. So, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to sadly have to wait until I happen to get a phone call from Fisherman Ralph down there. And once he gives me the call and says, hey, there's a swarm, then I can come back here and start fishing, and hopefully I can catch the next Pokemon. But that's going to take some time, so I will have to go off camera for a bit until such a time when I do find that swarm. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut here, and once I get that call, I'll chime back in, and we'll go and hopefully attempt to get the next Pokemon on the team. So hang tight, and you'll see me in a quick fade-in transition. See you in a bit. Okay, well that didn't take as long as I thought. So, a little trick I was doing that allowed me to keep triggering phone calls until I got the call that I was looking for. But yeah, I have just received the phone call, and Ralph has just informed me that wild quillfish are swarming in his route. So, I gotta make my way over there pronto. So, let's go. And is it... Don't want to change it. Okay, so... Yeah, the little trick there, you can talk to your mother to help change the clock back and forth between daylight savings time because this game worked on an internal clock as opposed to, say, like the DSs for later generations that you can change the clock there. They had to have a system in place in this game to let you be able to change it. So that's why you would talk to your mother. So I was able to use that to trigger Ralph's phone call. And now I can go hunt for quillfish. Saves me way too much time. But I guess while I'm here, I'll take a moment to kind of explain why quillfish is on the team. Because, in my opinion, quillfish isn't really that bad of a Pokemon, but it all comes down to the HMs that I needed for this team. And out of all the HMs in the game, two of the big ones that are very, shall we say, roadblocky for being required are Whirlpool and Waterfall. Especially Waterfall. That can only be learned by a handful of Pokemon, and you need that to get over... it's just one area in general, but you need it to get to that one area. So I needed a Pokemon that could learn Waterfall. And out of all the Pokemon that could, because I'm fairly certain that all of them are Water-type Pokemon, Quillfish was just the one that was the least bad. Like, there are some things about Quillfish that you could say in a standard playthrough of Pokemon that you'd be like, okay, maybe its typing is water poison, so maybe it would be difficult to use against certain matchups. Like, the poison typing would not be able to help it defensively. Or maybe because I'm going to be using it as my surfing Pokemon, so it'll know Surf, Whirlpool, and Waterfall, then it'll be all bulked up with water moves, leaving it very little move backups for anything I need for coverage. That's what I was looking for, move coverage. So, like, there are things that will be like, okay, they're limiting Quillfish, but if you were to use a Quillfish proper, without the limitations of HMs and whatnot, Quillfish is not a bad Pokemon. So, any person watching this, if you think, oh, Quillfish isn't a bad Pokemon, why is it on your team? I'll just say, I hear ya. I don't think Quillfish is a bad Pokemon. Its only title is it's just the worst user of Waterfall. So that's the only reason it's on the team. Now, for personal reasons, I'm kind of happy that I'm using a Pokemon that I've never used in a playthrough before, so it'll be real cool to use a Quillfish. Okay. So oh yeah, I got the rod all set, so it's not guaranteed, so I might still have to fish for a little while, but the odds are a lot higher. Especially the odds to catch it just regularly with a super rod. So maybe I'll get lucky here. Let's see what happens. Nope, still just a carp. But thankfully, I don't have to fight carps, so I can just run away from them. Let's just keep trying here. Okay, come on, Quillfishes. Ralph was saying you were biting. I'd like you to bite the rod. And then get fished up. And then join my team. Like so. Come on, quillfish. Oh, they're supposed to be quillfish. Ah, come on. Just keep trying. Come on, nibble. I need you to nibble the rod. Attempt number 3. Magikarp, get out of the way. I need quillfish. Alright. Let's go closer to Ralph down here. Attempt number 4. Let's see what we get. Magikarp. Okay. I'm gonna give it one more on-screen attempt here, and if that doesn't work, I'm just gonna fade in to finding a quillfish. Because I'm not sure how long I can keep up a conversation with myself until that point. So I'm gonna fish up a quillfish and chime back in. So talk to you guys in a bit. Literally the next bite. I'm not going to complain though, because here's quillfish. Okay, and thankfully, because I'm using a poison type hidden power, I don't damage it very much, and that way I can slowly whittle the health down, because as far as my knowledge can tell me, quillfish has what I call a middling catch rate, so Pokeballs may not be the most effective thing. So I have to try to get its health down as best as I can. Maybe once I hit the yellow bar, I'll try a few Pokeballs and see what happens. And maybe I'll switch out to Weber so I don't take poison. Okay. Okay, thank goodness. Didn't throw me for a poison loop. Oh yeah. And one thing that Quillfish is known for is one of the newest moves introduced. Actually, hold that thought, because now that I remember correctly, I think it only gets spikes in Crystal. That move is known for the Pineco and Fortress lines. I'm sure I'll encounter a Fortress later in the game. But Spikes is a very interesting move because it's the first ever entry hazard move. Now, I'm not sure I'll be keeping that on Quillfish, but as long as I have it, it'll be pretty good as a utility move. But now comes the arduous task of trying to catch this thing. 1, 2. Ah. Maybe since I can hit it with Poison Sting, I can get it a little lower. Yeah, that should work. Give it a Poison Sting or 2 more, get it in red bar, and then that'll increase my odds, hopefully, a little further. Yes. There we go. Alright, well, let's give this a shot. 13 chances. Hopefully I can do it with these. Please? Oh, Quillfish. I knew this was going to be a bit of a struggle. Now, thankfully, I do not take damage from Poison Sting. At least very much. Oh, was hopeful. Alright. Quillfish, be mine. I know I can catch you. Thankfully, you don't run away like Unknown. Oh man, if every Pokemon had like a 5% chance to just run away from a fight, trying to catch wild Pokemon would be the toughest thing ever. Oh, Quillfish. I need you to not break out. I want you on my team. at least spikes can only be used once as opposed to later games. Maybe if I hold the A button, it'll work. Let's try that old myth. Here we go. I actually was holding A because I really wanted to catch the quillfish. And I got it. Myth confirmed. Well, that's over. I caught the quillfish. And new member of the team. So, as a nickname for any good puffer fish, I think it's only appropriate that we go with Mr. Puff. Remember that old SpongeBob episode where Mr. Krabs was like, well, what happened to Mr. Puff? He becomes a legend on my team. Welcome, Mr. Puff. Oh, that was fun. But yeah, I think I've taken this episode a bit too long here, so I'm gonna wrap this up here with the introduction of Mr. Puff. Alright, well, thank you very much for joining me on this whirlwind of an adventure, I might say. And next episode, we'll train Mr. Puff up and get him on par with the rest of the team. So thank you very much for watching today's episode. Take care, stay safe, and have a great day, 'cause I sure did.